There's one SEO mistake we see on virtually every Shopify website we audit, and it is costing those businesses serious money in their organic revenue. Most businesses think, hey, my organic is doing well, I'm ranking for my brand name, some keywords, and they're missing the larger picture of the potential revenue that they could be doing. After growing my own e-commerce store to $25 million and helping over 500 plus entrepreneurs do the same with theirs, I can tell you that fixing this one mistake has the potential to double, triple, even 10x your organic revenue. So today we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you exactly the problem, how to fix it, and how to turn it around so your store is starting to print more money organically. So the most common mistake I see businesses make is not optimizing their collection pages. And here's the secret. When it comes out of the box with Shopify themes, your collection pages are really just going to be supporting content, aka product images, and that's it. It's missing all the additional content and rich information that you need on your collection page to drive traffic. Because here's the reality. Your website visitors are not coming through the front door. They're coming through the side door, through the windows. And what I mean by that is very rarely do you have traffic come to your front page, aka your home page. Instead, when I audit websites, most of the traffic that I see is indexing in collection pages, blog posts, product pages. And this is really normal because especially if you're assuming your website's not just trying to index for one word, you're gonna need multiple pages file of different phrases that you wanna capture. And so the biggest mistake that I see, and what I'm gonna show you today how to fix, is having a suboptimal collection page. This is what most businesses are doing. You'll see that this is the default setting for majority, if not all, Shopify websites. So you'll come to a collection page, and this is a really great example because they have tons of products. They have over 2,000 SKUs, if I'm not mistaken. And notice the variety of these. And so a large part of the footprint of this website is collection pages. And this is what most of you guys are doing. You come to a collection page, and this collection is curated to fit whatever criteria of that category. And that's it. This is the wrong way to do SEO completely. This is not how you do it effectively. Because what's happening here is this page has no supporting content to start ranking organically. There's other big mistake on this one as far as not including an H1 as far as a sub point, but we're not gonna focus on that today. We're gonna just focus on the page content. And notice how there's missing page content. What a good example of this instead, what you should be doing is enriching your product pages, or your collection pages rather, with more information. The best way to do this is FAQs. These are really great ways to include a lot more content and go into the specifics and say, so FAQs are a really great resource, getting started, training guide, shipping returns. Remember, people are not coming through your front door. And so that goes for social proof, describing the shipping, the process. People are coming directly to your landing pages or your collection pages. And so it's really good and useful to repeat that information even if you have it in other areas. And ideally what you're doing is tailoring these FAQs to be specific to the collection at hand. So going back to the Cassandra Kitchen example, we can see here that they have a variety of categories from cookware, textiles, pantry. What I would be doing is, let's take kitchen tools for example, is come to this page. Now it enhance way more content. So underneath all these product images, I would have some content underneath here talking about the best kitchen tools, how to use them, how to care for them, how to clean them. What are the important things to be mindful of for a new homeowner or someone who likes to cook and these type of recipes? You see how you can expand a lot of that content on here? And what that's gonna do is help you start ranking this page. Because very rarely, it's gonna be impossible for this brand to rank kitchen tools on their homepage because they're also simultaneously trying to rank for all these other categories. And this isn't unique to this business. This is from almost all the Shopify websites I see. Unless you're trying to just rank for one keyword, you need to match up your keywords per page. And so that's the best way to do it. Let me show you another example of what we've done for a brand. You also want to keep people, a quick caveat I should say, is you want to keep the main action, which is making a purchase. You never want to get in the way of that, but you also want to at the same time speak to search engines, speak to ChatGPT, Google, and these other platforms so they can see the rich content. Users and humans like to see things more visually, whereas search engines like to have more context, more rich information. So what we often do is see how this learn more button expands to have a lot more content to dive into. So what is the cause of oily skin? What are some different ways you can treat it? How does your skin condition vary? What are different ways that you can apply it? How should you treat it in your morning routine? See how we go much more in depth with content, but at the same time, have this in an area that can be expanded or collapsed. So the main focus is on the product pages. So let's talk about why this is so devastating. Again, I need to emphasize, your traffic is not coming through the front door. Traffic is coming to your collection pages, your blog pages, your product pages. This is so common for all the stores we audit. I'm going to show you directly right now so you can see. So this is the example we were just looking at, Cassandra's Kitchen. And what I'm looking at is her top pages for where traffic is coming in. And notice how top 3, we see blog, pages, collections. This is what I'm talking about. Especially for products that have a lot of high purchase intent, you can see that these items are sending traffic and ranking, but it's missing content. It's missing all the things that we just talked about. And when I'm auditing a website, it's really common for what I'm typically looking at is where are you just out of the threshold? Because in the world of SEO, if you're not in the top 3, you don't exist. And so when I'm looking at a website, I'll typically see where you position 4 through 30. Because what this is going to show me is where you're really close to that threshold, but not quite there. And then if we want to look even further down, maybe I'll look for just commercial and transactional intent, because this is going to show, hey, there's high likelihood that this person is trying to make a purchase. So what we see here is collection page, collection, product. Notice that these are the pages that they're currently positioned 9, 7. These are the pages that they want to rank for. These have high purchase activity. These have high purchase intent. But when I click on the page, looking at ingredients, it's just linking to products. There's no additional SEO information on this page. And even though I'm just picking on this brand right now, I see this literally across thousands of websites. This past week alone, I've audited over 20 websites. All of them had this same mistake. Let me show you a couple others. So we're gonna do the same thing. Look at this website, where they position 4 through 30 with high purchase intent in the United States. Same exact problem. This brand is currently ranked 6, 4, 5, 4, 4, etc. Music earplugs, musician earplugs. These are all going to this collection page, and they're right on the threshold of getting all this traffic. This is 1,400 people in the US looking every month who have very high purchase intent, and they're not converting as well as they could because they're not ranked as high. So this is the page that they have. This brand has some content already, so actually they have an initial starting point, but what they could have done more so is include FAQ. So they actually had the right intention on this by as far as expanding it out. How I would take it further is notice that they don't have good practices for H1s, H2s. Things like that should be better implemented. You also want to include FAQs. FAQs are probably the most effective way to do this because there's actually schema inside of Google that'll look for these type of queries and related content for you to start displaying your collection page. Looking at another website, Wax Bear. This brand sells wax and beauty products for cosmetics. Same exact profile. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Notice, again, very high purchase intent. Overall, they're ranking well, but not in that top position. And I'm looking through here, collection page, product page, collection page, collection page, collection page. Again, it's the most common issue I see continuously time after time again. Let's see if this page is set up. It looks like they might have an H1 up here. That's a good sign. Let's check the rest of the page content, nothing. So this is the quickest way I would take this brand from ranking from position 6, 5 on these pages. They're already indexing well. There's not a lot of keyword difficulty, meaning that they could reasonably get this traffic, but they need to enhance the page. And so what I would do for this brand is I would add in FAQs, I would add in more information, very similar to what we saw for this other cosmetic brand. And you can either put it up in here in this condensed section or put it underneath the items as well. By the way, if you want us to fix this for you, just click on the link in my description. Our team will systematically go through and address all these fixes for you. Just click on the link in my description and apply and see if you're a fit. When you get this right, the result is money printing. I've already said it multiple times, I'm going to say it again. Your traffic does not come through the front door. People come through the side doors, they come through the windows even. Look at your existing website performance today and observe, where is your traffic coming from? Where are you ranked well already, meaning indexing for keywords, but not quite in that top position. I guarantee you are going to see that your collection pages are indexing, but not quite into the top 3 positions. And again, our philosophy is if you're not in the top 3, you don't exist. We've been able to implement this for clients such as Lamp Goods, JP Landscaping. We are able to see over $250,000 in new business in the first 6 months just from following this strategy, building out collection pages and expanding the content on it. We've also been able to do this for brands of all sizes. We just were able to grow a brand from 4K to 20K per month in organic revenue, again, from following these exact same exercises. Overall, this is a really key component, and I'd say one of the biggest mover makers for your brand, but this is just part of a whole comprehensive SEO strategy. The best ones are looking to apply this across the board for their whole website and find out where's their content thin, where could they expand on that, still maintain the appeal to a user, but also speak to search engines like Google, be able to speak to LLMs like ChatGPT, and start indexing organically. I'm going to show you an example of us successfully carrying this out. We grew this brand from doing about 4 or 5K a month in organic revenue to 20K. And again, following this exact same strategy. So what we did was we created tons of different collection pages over the sink, ceiling lighting, modern farmhouse lighting, laundry room lighting. Notice how we have all these collection pages that are created and they're optimized for that specific phrase. So laundry room lighting in that exempt. What the terrible SEO strategy looks like is just trying to rank for something generic such as light fixtures or home lighting. Instead, notice how we've created a collection under literally every type of phrasing that you could think of. And that whole page is optimized with content, but at the top and bottom for speaking directly into search engines. So just that small change, I promise you, is going to provide a lot of major lift to your business. This is the single most impactful action that you can take for improving your organic profile today. The brands that understand this principle and successfully implement it are the same brands that are breaking through 8 figures. But this is just one component of the wider SEO strategy. The clients who understand this are implementing a complete SEO system, not just attempting one tactic. If you want to apply and see if you're a fit for our team to systematically fix this for you, just click on the link in my description. I'll see you guys in the next video.